Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Wait, let's get welcome back to Z channel. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you may be watching this or wherever you may be watching this. It is currently 9 a.m. in the morning, which is for some reason why the neighboring chicken cock, oh yeah, it's called a cock, is cockering and disturbing my peace. But what else is new? We're still out here in the village of Zikimara. So I want to talk about my quarantine experience today, and I hope you've been doing well. I hope you've been drinking your water. I hope you've been eating healthy. I hope you've been eating all of the snacks. Also, just a reminder, don't be a glutton. I hope you've been drinking all of the drinks. Not all of the drinks, but most of the drinks. All I'm saying is I hope you're well. I really hope you're well because I'm doing quite alright. I'm thriving at this point. But when all this started, it was a little different for me, and that's why I decided to make a whole video about it, because my quarantine experience has been different from what I would have expected it to look like. How do I put that in a normal way, like as if I was expecting it to happen? Okay, here's the thing. So China was, it all started in China and it went on and on and on. But by the end of March is when it started getting serious in the US. And then I remember listening to a podcast from SJR and how Sarah Jakes Robert, Woman Evolved podcast. If you've not listened to that, actually I've not listened to it myself for a long time. But that's because as I'm going to dive into today's video, I'm going to explain how everything had just been a little chaotic. So I didn't even have time to listen to podcasts or whatever. And so, what was I talking about? Yeah, SJR was joking, which at that time we all thought it was a joke, but like, bruh, how it took a hit on all of us. And she was saying sometimes at that time the only people that would be quarantined are the people that were actually affected. And she was saying how she's so exhausted that there are times she would think a little bit, and I could relate. I'm so glad she spoke that out loud, though it was the wrong thing to say. But sometimes your feelings are just your feelings, and I felt the same way. I just started school and I was so exhausted, literally the first week of school, and everything was just going to like there was already chaos, assignments, whatever. And I was so exhausted with the first week that I was like, oh my god, low-key thinking if I got sick, I would be quarantined and no one would be able to see me. No one would come for my assignments. No one would want to meet me. There are just so many things I had to do. People I had to meet. Like, just all of these things happening. And I was like, I just want to sit in my room and make videos. Like, what? Can I get a break? Please. And so she said something around that, and I was like, I feel you, man. I feel you. Like, I wouldn't say it because you get what you say. Words have consequences. You will eat the fruits of your words or whatever. So we don't usually say the negative things like that, but then these feelings exist. And then it happened. It got really, really bad to an extent that we all didn't expect it to get. Like, no one in March was thinking, oh, I'm going to spend the whole of April inside, And so it happened. The first case happened in Kenya, and there was one person sick, and then the next day, a case happened in Tanzania, and that's when all the schools shut down. And I remember the primary and secondary schools closing up first, and then the universities had not been closed yet, and I still didn't go because I was like, 1 + 1 = 2. So, if the schools are closed, university is closed, it's canceled. I'm not going. And that same day that I decided to not go, I think the next day they decided, the announcement came that the universities were closing down too, something like that. And so after the universities were closed, I was like, oh my God, I had been praying. Now, get me correct. I had been praying that Corona will not make it to Tanzania, that no one will get sick, that even around the world it will just all stop and everybody can get back to like normal, which is still my prayer today. But what happened, And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna thrive. I was tired of leaving the house anyway. Like, I was so exhausted. It's about time. Like, outside of going anywhere. No offense. Like, even with church, I love church and, I kind of miss it. But then I was just so exhausted of peopling that I could use a break from everything. And then, so when that happened, I remember my church went on for a very long time before like the masses started online, but I had stopped going because, so this happened. Oh my gosh, I don't have an outline today, so I'm all over the place. I hope I'm gonna make sense at the end of all of this. Around the time, the first week that the quarantine had happened, I had taken a break, but then just that first week, my cousin gave birth, my cousin's sister. And so she gave birth, and as we know, when someone gives birth and it was, she had a C-section, so it was even more serious. So she obviously needed assistance and all that and help and all of that. And of course, she just recently got married. So if she went back to her house, it would only be her and her husband. And, if you've had a baby or if you lived with a baby, you know that you need all of the help that you can get. And so she came to our place, which was something I expected. I'd known like months prior that, my cousin's sister is gonna come live with us, but I had not known that I'm gonna be quarantined and living with my cousin's sister and a newborn baby, and my mom was gonna be home and taking a break. So we were gonna have a full house, which, compared to like so many people that have been quarantined alone that have wished they were with their family. I recently watched what's her name? Oh, I wish I could remember her name. She's really popping right now. I think Best Dressed. I don't know her real name. Best Dressed YouTube channel, and I watched a video where she was explaining how she didn't want to go home because she would rather stay by herself, and that some days it's hard, some days it's easy. And I was like, I think I can relate to her because I am more of, I like to keep by myself. I like my own space, which is why the whole first 5 minutes of this video I kept saying how I was tired of peopling and I was tired of this and I was tired of that. And I can relate to her because if I was quarantined by myself, I know at some point I would have been like, okay, I need to get out of here. I need to see my family. I need to see someone. I would have felt like that, definitely, because I am human and I do value human connection. But at the same time, I am very kept to myself. So being stuck in the house with like more than 5 people was a lot for me to take in at first. It was like days just started skipping. When people were saying like, I don't even know what day it is, because they were so bored. For me, it wasn't, I didn't know what day it was because I was so bored. It was more like, I am so busy. I don't know what day it is. I don't know when I went to bed. I didn't know when I woke up. Like, there was just a lot going on in the house. The work, the chores, the energy, the noise, the baby, it was just so much more activity than I've had my entire life. Because if you know me, then you know that I've only lived with my mom and my sister for most of my life. So from staying alone for most of the time when my sister is in college and my mom is at work, to like being quarantined and can't leave the house and in the house with all of the people that I love more than anybody in the whole planet. But at the same time, there's a saying, a wise person once said this: no one can push your buttons like your family because they put them there. I heard that in some podcast. I don't remember which one. And that is the truth. We would push each other's buttons sometimes, and I have this thing where my feelings are valid, but they're not always true. So anytime I'm feeling anything, I don't always feel the need to express it until I have processed it and learned how to express it in the way that I want to express it. And so there was a lot of things I was feeling, a lot of emotional roller coasters. You guys have seen the video where I'm trying to make a video and my mom is interrupting, and like, that was how it was throughout the time. But through it all, I have been so grateful to have lived with my nephew. Oh my God, guys, there is a way that looking at a baby just makes you happy. Like, everybody else could stress you out, and then you come into the room and just look at that beautiful human being and you're like, oh my God, oh, you're so cute. Like, you're just sitting there, just okay, now I miss him. Oh, I'm getting withdrawals. He's so adorable, he's so cute, and I love babies naturally. But also it confirmed another thing. As much as I love looking at babies, as much as I love, feeding them or whatever. Oh, here's me. I've only changed diapers twice and he had peed. I've not yet changed a really dumped diaper. Which for a person that is always talking about, dude, I did PCB, I could have gone to medical school, I literally have no kinya, I don't know what is kinya in English, I literally can change a diaper. I finally had a chance to change a diaper, and best believe, every time it was my turn to change a diaper, I'll be like, does anybody feel the need to help me? I would get home. I have not yet, I know how to change a diaper, I just didn't choose to change a diaper because it's nasty. So that's still a lesson I'll have to learn. Maybe I'll learn it with Ennis kid or something. So anyway, I've learned a lot of other things. I learned about babies and how to take care of them, feeding them, burping them, making them go to sleep, how to make them lie down. It was just a beautiful experience, but it also confirmed something that I thought for a very, very long time. I've always said, like, you know what? Having babies is definitely not a priority in my 20s, which a lot of my family members or my friends, no, actually most of my friends understand, except for a few who would go like, what? I wasn't planning to have kids in my 20s because I'm like, 20s are my years. I want to thrive. I want to baby myself. I want to spend every single dime I get on myself or on like my career. And it sounds a little selfish, but then that's the thing. I do want my 20s to be my selfish year, to be my career year. Now, if I get a partner to, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I've said this before, but you know, I always feel the need to say this because I've grown up in a society where a lot of people would make you feel bad for wanting that. Like, you know, by the time you're 25, everybody be talking about how you don't have a boyfriend, you're not married yet, like like I've grown up in a society, and I would say only Tanzania, but I know from listening to a lot of Nigerians, to listen to some even African American people, and maybe even white people get this, but I don't think as much as our particular society. Like, the parents are always pressuring you by the time you finish college that, you know, it's time for you to get married. Now, my mom has never pressured me, or I've never felt like I would be pressured, but every time I would say like, dude, I'm not planning to have babies in my 20s. As a matter of fact, I want to be a mom someday, but it's not, oh my gosh, I can't imagine my life without having a baby. I'm not there yet. If I'll ever get there, like, I think I'll get there. I'm not there yet. And so sometimes when I express that, and I usually express my stuff with just a really emotionless face, just, what if I don't have babies? What if I don't get married? Like, it's always like that. Because for me, it's always, everybody's path doesn't have to be yours. And so what this experience taught me is that, oh yeah, I was right. Having a baby is as heavy as I thought. Because I would think that just from seeing like my friends who had children, who had families, who are handling their families, or how sometimes we would want to hang out, and they would be like, oh, I can't come, I need to like do this for the baby, or I need to go see my mother-in-law just did this and this and this. And so for me, there is a very deep understanding of what it means to get married in our setting. And like, even marriage itself in our African context, it just kind of really changes your life, because you never just marry a person, you marry their whole family. And the way our families are situated, we have very huge families with a lot of huge chaos, and where everybody wants you to be everywhere. And so that comes with a lot. And then babies are just completely take over your life. I know me, I know how much I can love. When I do have my babies, they will be my life. So I want to have my babies when not that I will stop pursuing my career after I have my babies, but I want to have pursued so much of my career that I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I've reached this point of my career. Now I want to juggle having a career and having a marriage and having children, because it is a very huge responsibility. It is a very huge job. It takes so much emotionally. It takes so much, just like going through this journey with my sister and everything else going on. It takes so much, even spiritually. Like, there's so many things that go on when you want to start a family. And so for me, this has been, which has been my quarantine experience now. My quarantine experience has been me learning about family and how much I really want to take my time with it. And when it comes to marriage, I tell this to my friends every day. I could get married tomorrow if I meet the right person that, you know, has the same fire, has the same passion for the things that I'm passionate about. If I find a person that complements me in those aspects, then I'll get married tomorrow. But when it comes to like somebody who wants, and my family always kids me, jamani, Kiingereza ni kigumu. But when it comes to having a family, I have learned that you have to take your time. You have to be prepared. Yes, sometimes it will come like a rock, but you better be prepared when it comes at a rock. It's not something to play with. It's not a joke. It's not nothing. I say this in my I made a newborn essentials video with like gift ideas for a baby shower, whatever. I say this and I'm gonna say it again. It's not a joke. It's a heavy responsibility and it's a beautiful experience. So yeah, that has been it. But for now, they went back home and I got my room back. And so that's why I've been making a lot of videos, and you guys are gonna get so many videos from me. I had planned so many videos and I still have them, and I can't wait to make all of them. Though now that this has been another super annoying experience that I don't like talking about this because it makes me feel vulnerable and weak, but it's a reality and I like to be real with you guys. One of the greatest struggles of quarantine has basically just been money. Fam! Vile, from getting allowances or, you know, getting little jobs here and there, like, you know, just some coins coming through. Auntie, even money for internet is a struggle, which is why y'all gotta pray for me, because if I don't get the money to get the internet, we aren't making any videos, and then we aren't doing what we love, and then we're gonna be sad. Not to mention, where are we gonna get the internet for Netflix, you know? Like, bruh, the finances have taken a hit. Like, from the people who are losing stocks, enjoy the economy is shaking up there, to us down here, depending on the allowance and the little jobs. My friends, it has been a struggle. But God has been good. I've had internet almost every week. I watch all of the Netflix. I actually even have a Netflix account, which I didn't. I mean, I had a Netflix account, but I hadn't paid for it for a very long time. But I finally managed to pay for it, and, you know, I'm watching all of the movies. I'm going to start doing movie reviews. Get ready for that. I was going to do a review for Grey's Anatomy, but then I thought maybe I watched it and then I got tired of reviewing it, because I would watch and write little notes on guidelines on how to make the video. By the time I got to season 7, I was like, I'm tired. I don't think I want to make a review of this anymore. So in case any single person is interested, leave a comment down below. If no one leaves a comment down below, then I might revisit the idea months to come, or maybe never, or I might do a review. But I'm gonna do movie reviews because I watched them for like 2 hours and then I already have my review and already have my idea. I don't like things that take a long time because my patience skills have not reached the epitome of where they should reach, and I should talk with my hands less. And also, I'm done with this video. So that has been my quarantine experience. I don't know what has been yours. Leave a comment down below about what your quarantine experience has been like. For me, it has been a lot of buttons pushed. It has been a lot of passion. It has been a lot of laughing moments. It has been a lot of joyful moments. It has been a lot of eating. I've gained weight. Which, like I measured, I'm 55 kg now. So maybe I haven't gained a lot of weight, but I've gained some weight. So that's something. And yeah, I love the gaining weight. If you're gaining weight, as long as you're not unhealthy and you're breathing correct and you know your everything is all right, sweetie, eat all of the food. Just eat it average wise and work out when you can. I'm not working out because I ain't got time, okay? I'm gonna make all of the videos so that by the time this quarantine is done and I have to go back to school, I'm proud of what I did. I want to make videos. I don't want to work out. So if you want to work out, go ahead. Work out. I want to watch movies, not work out. So do you, boo, do you. My sisters have been cooking, so if that's your thing, cook, like, paint. And for all the days where you're feeling low and you feel like you can't go on, especially those who are quarantining by themselves, it can take such a toll on you. Or if you're quarantining with family, sometimes it just gives you so much anxiety that you wanna like shoot everyone. But so just find safety in the scriptures. There is so much comfort in the word of God. So I encourage you, more than anything, spend time in the presence of God, worship, pray, read your word, and I promise you, you will not regret it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment anything that you like to see or anything you want to comment, and I'll see you in my next videos. Love you. Bye.